What is Bigfoot? A myth? A legend? A hoax? Or a real flesh and blood creature? What about the reported sightings of Bigfoot? They can't all be misidentified animals. And how is it that most Native American cultures have stories about Bigfoot? After two separate sightings of a Bigfoot type creature, I needed answers. I have now been researching Bigfoot for over 15 years, and I feel that my journey has just begun.
Hi, and welcome back to the channel. Sorry it's been a while since I've been out here, but between other duties and the weather, it just has not been very productive for getting out here and doing a video. I do apologize for that. But today, I'm back out here in the little area where the Bigfoot scared away the fishermen. Now this little area right here is a peninsula, so what I'm doing is I'm doing a loose grid search, looking for bowed trees, broken limbs, anything that might suggest Bigfoot activity. As a researcher, and you've got certain areas that you like to keep an eye on, that's some of the things that you look for. Are new markers. Now, my grid is not that tight, meaning that if I happen to see something over there out of the corner of my eye, I'll walk on over there and check it out instead of wait till I come back up and catch it, because that way you might miss it on the way back. So it's a loose grid search. I'm also looking for a place to spend the night out here. I think I found the spot that I want to use, and it's right on the tip of the peninsula. So I'll have lake on both sides, well, sort of much on both sides of me when I do the camp out. And when I do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get April to bring me out here, drop me off, and I'll come out here and I'll put up camp. And it will be more or less 3 o'clock in the afternoon the next day before she comes and picks me up. Now, this area does not have cell service, so I'll basically be out here on my own. So we're looking for that. Looking forward to doing that. I'm looking forward to doing that. I'm thinking very seriously that what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my hammock, come out here, camp overnight, and see what happens. You know, late at night, things go bump. So that's what I'm hoping for. But back to the search. If I find anything, I'll sure pass it along to you. This is one broken tree that we found. It's well, the break is about 6 foot off the ground, and let's see if I can't zoom in on it without losing it. It's a pretty old one, but you know, I can tell that a person didn't do this, because a person can't do that. These trees, man, they're tough. A friend of mine at one time called it an iron tree. Is what he said. That's what he said. The old timers called it an iron tree. And I've tried several times just to break one, just to see if it was possible. And these things, they're tough. But it looks like something walked right by here and just snapped it off at about 6 foot level. So we're gonna keep looking. Like I said, we're looking for these bowed trees, broken limbs, all the stuff that make up signs of Bigfoot activity. Okay, one thing that I do when I'm out here is if I find something like a broken tree or something, I'll get the GPS coordinates to it. Now, I do have a handheld GPS, but I have found a whole lot easier way to do all this. I just take a picture of it with my Android phone, and when you go to the information on that photograph, it gives you the GPS coordinates where the picture was taken. So, I mean, I don't know if iPhones do that, but my Android does, and it's just made things a whole lot easier for me. So now I can actually pin a location on a map and put a thumbnail of the photograph with it, so I know exactly what it was that sparked my interest to get a picture and GPS coordinates. But if you have an iPhone and it does that, hell, let me know in the comments. I'm just, quite honestly, I'm too cheap to go buy an iPhone, because every 6 months they come out with a new one. But I use my Android, and that's something we found out that it would do, and it just made life a whole lot easier instead of sitting there waiting for my GPS to get a signal from 3 different satellites to pinpoint where I was at. But that's just a little tidbit of information on things that makes our research a little bit easier. Time to get back to the search. I've made it over here to where this tree was pulled up out of the ground. We touched on it back when we done the trail cam, putting out trail cam video. I wanted to give you a little size comparison and all that for it. At the base of the tree, well, let's see what we can work out. There's my hand. I can wrap around it, but barely. It's about the thickness of my walking stick, so I'm not sure how much that is. But the tree itself is about 20-25 foot long, and it is right here all on the trail. So if a Bigfoot were to be coming through here and it was just in his way and he was having a bad day, he'd snatch that thing up out of the ground, no problem. Now, here's another tree right here, right beside it. It is the same size. It's solid, man. They ain't no pulling that up, not by yourself. I don't think anybody'd even try. But I hated that I didn't really get more into detail on this tree when I done the other video. So I thought when I run back across it today, I'd walk it and look at it. Now, when we pulled up the cameras, one thing that we did do was sort of search around anywhere from the 4-foot area on up to the 8-foot area of this tree. That'd be this little section right in here. We did look for things such as hair, stuff like that. There was none found. But this is not the only tree out here that's been done this way. So we've had this happen several times in the past. And there's just really, the only explanation is a Bigfoot did it, because a person can't do that. We do not have bear in this area that would do this. As a matter of fact, you'd be more apt to see a Bigfoot out here than you would see a bear. So that gives you an idea of how few bear there are in this area. Now, every once in a while somebody will say they saw a bear, but it's not very often. But let's get back to our grid pattern and see what we come up with next. All right, here's our second broken tree, and this one is fairly fresh. As a matter of fact, you can still smell it. So it's been done in the last couple of days. Let's see if we can't zoom in on it. It's broken, twisted, and here's the size of it. Doesn't mean a Bigfoot done it, but it doesn't mean that one didn't do it either. Now, it is right here on the edge of a trail, just like the other ones. So Bigfoot might have just walked by, snapped it off. It is only about 4 foot off the ground. There's my walking stick. It is about 4 foot off the ground, so, you know, I can see actually a Bigfoot walking by and it being in the way and him just snapping it and rotating it out of his way. You know what they say, what gets in a Bigfoot's way when he's mad? The answer is nothing. So, you know, that's 2 trees. Still haven't found any broken limbs, but I'm still looking. Now we've got this right here. We do have a broken limb, and the thing about it is, it's not by itself. Let me turn the camera around so I can present this to y'all in the way it should be presented. Now, what we got here is a little trail that goes up through here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there is a little bit of a trail. But right here we've got this broken tree limb. Now, I can pick this up and there it is. It would probably be right there in the Bigfoot's face. So, I would imagine he just walked by, snapped it out of his way. Now, what makes it fun is right here the trail keeps going, and here's another broken limb just a step away. So, it would more than likely have been right there in his face. Just like that, he popped it off and got it out of his way. So, we got that. Now, could a person have done that? Yeah. But, quite honestly, I don't see too many people out here walking around. I never have seen too many people out here walking around. That's one reason why I still use this research area. Now, around the edge of the woods, yeah, there's plenty of signs of people. Beer bottles, beer cans, dirty diapers, even dirty drawers. So, you know, it's there are people in the area, and you sort of had to keep that in mind as you're doing all this research. But I don't see too many people out here on the peninsula. I don't see no signs of people out here on the peninsula. Most people come down here to play at the water's edge, not get off into the woods. So that makes quite a difference. And let me get back to the walk, see what else we can find. All right, we are back out of the woods under the air conditioning in the car. It's hot out there. It's 90 degrees out there. And what we've done is we've walked that little peninsula, like I said, in a loose grid pattern. Well, we found a few things. Ooh, spider. We found a few things, and I took pictures of it, video of it, and marked where it was on the GPS with my phone. And I'll go home now and I'll put them GPS coordinates into the Google Earth so that I can have an overhead view of where things are in case there is some kind of pattern through that. The water levels on the lake are going down, so it won't be long before I can't go to my other spot, because once they drop the water levels down to winter levels, I won't be able to get back into one of my research areas. So I'll be trying to get that done this weekend, one more time before winter sets in. But it's been a successful day, so I think I'm going to call it a day and head to the house and get me something to eat. And by that time, it'll be about time to go pick up my little baby wife from work and talk to her about my overnight camping trip that she don't know nothing about yet. But we'll that'll come later. So y'all have a good one. Please subscribe if you like these videos. Give me a thumbs up if you can. Trying to build the channel, and every little bit helps. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe.
And tell your friends.
Also find us on Facebook, Alabama Georgia Bigfoot Research Group.